and canteen. This is our biggest market by far. Because during this pandemic, the hotel management wants to reduce the interaction between humans, between humans, between their staff, hotel staffs, and also the audience, so that so basically the hotels ordered Makanku to be stored. It's already being visible in the how do you call this, in the minibar section, but it's included in the package of the hotel, so they don't have to pay more. Public modes of transportation, also geological exploration. It could be used to reduce the human. So basically, as I've said before, it derives from Wong Solo Group, right? So the main goal was to make it efficient. How do we maximize our profits without using a lot of human resources? With this process that's being, as I've said earlier, it could reduce the use of humans, as the food is already packed, it's already been cooked, it's just need to be heated at some point. So it could reduce the cost of, for example, the chef, so in kitchen you have what, like 7 people, approximately 7 or 8 people, right, to cook. Okay. In this process you could reduce it to 3. It's just an example, because it's already cooked, it's already been seasoned. It's just need to be checked, and it doesn't need a lot of power to do this. Okay, so this is our production process that I've mentioned earlier. So the cooking process is still being conducted manually through people. So that's why it kinds of being a difference to us all, because we started manually and then we put it into the machines. So after cooking the filling, okay, and in the filling process, there's packing process with a retard pouch pack, and then so from step 1 to step 2, it's still conducted manually by humans, and from step 3 to 6, in which it was exhausting, sealing, sterilization, and packaging, it's being conducted by the machines. So it's a combination of both. Okay, so in total we have 6 different products. The first one is emergency series, as we've seen in the screen on the right side. It's one of our, I would not say it's a star or a cash cow. It's one of our, how do you say this? It's one of our unique product, because it could be cooked without any electricity or fire. We implement this self-heating technology, which I will explain to you guys later after this slide. So it could be cooked in, for example, in natural disasters, victims of natural disasters. Basically, the areas are surrounded by floods and everything. So, and the kitchen has not been set up immediately. So this is the first kind of assistance that the government gave to the victims of natural disasters. Because it could be cooked without any electricity or fire, and I will show you in the next slide. Also, we have the festival home series, which could be cooked through, no, not cooked, sorry, which could be reheated through a microwave, or it's being steamed, or yeah, it's being steamed or microwave for 3 to 5 minutes, and steam for 10 minutes. It applies the same with the home series as well. Ready to cook. This is one of our also distinguished product, because as I said before, we are derived from the Wong Solo restaurant. Wong Solo is famously known as the expert of kampong chicken, if that makes sense. Kampong chicken. So if the expert of chicken is KFC, right? So we are the expert of Indonesian kampong. How do you say kampong, Pak Budi? In I thought it was kampong though. So it's a country, something like that, with the bone and stuff. This is our main value, because we also provide sterilized, also with 1 year shelf life chickens, Nile tilapia, mudfish, I don't know, carp, milkfish, and also any kinds of fish, and and ducks as well. So any kinds of food besides any kind of proteins besides beef, we could sterilize it, but we could not sell it retailly because we haven't obtained the food and drug license. But it could be used on restaurants, new restaurants. We already engage in some of domestic restaurants that wants to use our chicken. So basically, as I've said before, it's efficiency. We're looking to engage partnership with people who has a long-term view. If you use the meals our RTC product and ready-to-cook product, basically in the kitchen, as I said before, you need 4 or 5 people. Now it's reduced to 2 people, because you only need people to cook, either to fry or to cook, and then it's being tested. That's it. And also we have the infamous traditional snacks. I don't know how to pronounce this in English, but we have aram, lemet, and lemper. It's our traditional food. And it's also being sterilized for a year. Imagine that. So you have the infamous Indonesian traditional snacks that you could find in the traditional markets. If you could find it during your jogging on the morning, and you see guys with that sells traditional snacks, we also provide that, and also the seasoning products and chili sauce. Okay, so the first one I want to discuss is the emergency series, which being used already by the Ministry of Social Affairs. As I've said before, the technology itself is the self-heating pad. This is the hero of the product, besides the taste. So it could be used with only self-heating pad. So all you need is clean water, approximately 150 to 300 milliliters, and voila. As you can see, how to use it. Heating pad will generate steam if we mix it up with water, and then we put the rice and the side dish above the package, and boom, it's already being done. It's already being fully cooked, and it's also it's being guaranteed by the ISO 22000. And this, as for our festival home series, this is our much more simpler and also much more cheaper option that could be used to conduct export or everything else beneath that. In terms of flavors, we have all of it. All Indonesian people are very, very this is a very, very common meals that derives from Indonesia. But one thing that needs to be noted is that it came from all across Indonesia. So if you look at gudeg, it derives from Jogja. If you look at kapau rice with chicken, it's from the west of Sumatra. And also, if you look at chicken wokwood, it's from Manado. If you look at rawon, it's from East Java. If you look at rendang, it's also from west of Sumatra, and etc. etc. Madura is soto. Madura soto is from Madura. It's from Lamongan. So it came from all across Indonesia. And also we have the breakfast series in corn porridge, green beans porridge, black sticky rice porridge, which is very famous in Indonesia, Maro porridge, and also Sukabumi signature porridge. Sukabumi is the name of a place and an area. Okay, so this is our RTC. We haven't put the finished goods pictures, but it's gonna be a finish like this. So it's gonna the packaging is gonna look like so it's being vacuumed under. So after the sterilization process, it's being vacuumed and packed with like a normal packaging, but the advantage is you could put this within your display, or even better, you could use it in your restaurants. So if you are planning to open an Indonesian restaurant with the authentic Indonesian taste of its chickens, without using the raw materials from the other country, we could provide that, obviously. Okay, so we have grilled chicken, two forms of each products: grilled and fried chicken, grilled and fried carp, grilled and fried Nile tilapia, and also being mentioned, grilled and fried duck. We have the traditional food, as I said before, lemper, lembat, and arang-arang, also seasoning products and chili sauce. We are well known with our chili sauce. We have over 30 products of chili, but we could only write like 6 in that. So we have any kinds of chili. As business leader Pak Budi mentioned before, it's we are basically the GC, or general contractor of food. We've been developing different kinds of products because we have, as I've mentioned earlier in the presentation, we have engaged with several ministry, as well as the Ministry of Hajj and Ministry of Religious Affairs or Religion. We've been assigned to also develop Middle Eastern kind of menu. So within this, we also, within our national menu, we also already developed certain kinds of Middle Eastern menus, such as biryani rice with lamb, and you could name it. We have developed several menus. Also, it used the biryani rice as well. Okay, so now we move forward to the certification phase, where, as I've said before, is completely safe. It's guaranteed because it's been certified by anything you need. So we missed one in this one. So basically, after ISO, there's this certification called HACCP, which provides us with flexibility in terms of and safety in terms of chemical use in the product. So we have obtained about 4 certification. I want to repeat: halal ISO 22000, FDA, Indonesian FDA, and also the from the HACCP. Our notable partners, Ministry of Social Welfare and also Religious Affairs. These are also our social activities. So in this in our CSR activities, we use the red one, the emergency series one. This one, because as you see in the as you see in this slide that I've shown, so it's being consumed above the boat or inside the boat, or even in a flood. So these are different kinds of circumstances. It's on emergency circumstances where we help the victims. This is our activity, actually. It's not the Ministry of Social Welfare activity. So could you imagine before the kitchen, the emergency kitchen, it's being set up from the ministry itself. This kind of help is already arrived within 30 minutes, and so people could actually eat appropriate meal during their miserable measures, and also they could easily experience the food in warm condition. So if that makes sense, also it's it could probably relax them for a bit. And these are the testimonials. It came from celebrities, lecturers, politicians, police chiefs, and also from singers. Thank you so much. This is approximately 20 minutes, Pak Budi, for the presentation. This is our tagline: "Let's ready meal without preservatives." Thank you so much, and you can find us here through our website, our Instagram, and also we are active on YouTube in terms of the ways of cooking. Thank you so much, Pak Budi, Bu Amira, Pak Dadang, and all the business team. And thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a blast. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. B, for this very informative presentation. I found it really interesting, all the Makanku product, especially the self-heating one, because usually you can only find product usually in old times for the military, but now we can have it in our daily life, yeah, on a daily basis. So yeah, that's very interesting. And I also see that because Makanku has a lot of various flavor from Indonesia, it's also an opportunity for Indonesia to present and also introduce our very variety of flavor into the world through this kind of event, yeah,
Of
through
course.
and things like that. So yeah, I think that is very interesting. So maybe we can continue to the Q&A session, yeah, Mbak Tira.
Okay, right. For anyone who joins this presentation of this product, either on Zoom, via live streaming from www.business.com or YouTube, if you have any question regarding Makanku, don't hesitate to ask. And there are some audiences on Zoom right now. Does anyone want to ask a question or discuss with Makanku? Because I see that Makanku products are very, very interesting. I mean, like the product, because it's very simple. You just need clean water, right, to
Yeah.
that the Makanku product. Then we can eat delicious food with various flavors from Makanku. I've never tried Makanku, but just looking at the menus, it makes me hungry.
And I also want to add, Bu Amira and Bu Atira. So there are no such thing as new breakthrough, right? So we initially imitate in a different kind of way, obviously. Imitate the Chinese hot pot. It's they already started this back in 2017, but it already applies to Chinese hot pot. So we create ourselves the Indonesian version, Indonesian hot pot, if that makes sense, you know. So it's what I'm trying to add.
Okay. So okay, I'm just gonna ask a question here. If there are buyers from let's say Mumbai or Chennai in India, and there's also from Korea, it is obvious that they have a very different taste preferences in food. I mean, is it possible to make Makanku products with taste that suit their market, or do you guys just focus on Indonesian taste and the current ones? I mean, is it customizable?
As I've mentioned before, we are the general contractors of. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, we do have the demonstration video, Pak Budi. I share it to you after I explain this to Mbak Atira. So basically, as we've mentioned before, we are the GC, general contractors of food, which means that any kinds of buyers, wherever they are from, which if you mentioned before, it's from Korea, so I assume it's what is their signature dish? Bulgogi.
Yeah.
Bulgogi, and if you go to India, that's a chicken tikka. If you go to Saudi Arabia, then it would be biryani. We can make that, but the downside is, as we are all Indonesian, the initial taste must be Indonesian. So it's going to be a back and forth process.
Oh, I see.
But we're up to it, you know. So if we have to back and forth give samples, like we're trying to do now, we already engage in several countries. We already sent 2 samples to 2 countries, and that's what we're trying to do. You know, we're trying to adjust because the flavors are different.
Right, I see.
because the spices are different, the amount of salt that we use is it's basically, as I said before, we've been over in this industry for 30 years. So we know the behaviors, we know the palate of Indonesian consumers. But turns out when we conduct the research in other countries, they said that our product contains too much salt, as a result, so it's a different kind of palate, but we're up to it. As I've said before, we're up to the challenge. Even though it's gonna be a back and forth situation where it's way too salty, it's way too sweet, and all that kind of stuff. But to answer the question, yes. If I may, Pak Budi asked for presentation, right? No, demo
Demonstration, yeah.
towards the. Okay, I will share it. But I'm really sorry for the audience that are not from Indonesia, because it's being shown through in
Bahasa.
bahasa Indonesia. Okay, if you could wait 1 second. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Is it clear? It's from YouTube.
Unboxing Makanku. Buka penutup Makanku, kemudian keluarkan semua isi boxnya. Isi box Makanku terdiri dari sambal, kremes, pemanas, nasi, lauk, dan sendok plastik. Buka plastik pemanas, masukkan ke dalam box, lalu tuangkan air 150 ml. Buka plastik penutup nasi dengan menggunakan pangkal sendok. Setelah mengeluarkan uap panas, masukkan nasi. Kemudian, buka kemasan lauk, tuangkan di atas nasi, dan tutup rapat.
As you can see, the egg is it's a whole egg.
Letakkan sambal di atas box agar panas. Tunggu dan diamkan hingga 15 menit. Setelah 15 menit, buka penutup. Buka kemasan sambal dan kremes, lalu tuangkan. Makanku siap disantap.
Thank you. That's a little bit of demonstration from us.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, as I said before, it's
Cara
not new.
memasak produk Makanku Adventure Series.
It's not new. If you guys could see it 5 years or 4 years ago, it's already being published by the Japanese and the Chinese and Japanese market. So we're trying to not imitate, but develop that into our own.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
That's very efficient in terms of time too, because
Yeah, of course. And also, this is a very suitable brand for. I'm sorry to bring this up, but it happened to my parents, because they are from the X generation, right? So they are strictly they are strict they are strict persons who does not eat food besides halal. So it's kind of being a limitation for them when we for them specifically when we are traveling across. For example, the last time we traveled, it's to Hong Kong. It's hardly difficult because if we look at the Google Maps, the location of the halal product, and in which we're not certain if which is halal or not, so we decided to take a breakfast in the hotel with Makanku. This is not an form of exaggeration. It's one of the example that even my parents still do that. In terms of it's not it's quite kind of relevant because with the emergence of halal tourism lately, it could be one of the as we've conducted our Zoom in the second time, I believe, in with the Bratislava market, where they also mentioned the emergence of halal industry across the globe, and we're also eager to tackle that problem.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Okay, I also wanted to ask about the quantity. If there are any buyers from abroad who wanted to export Makanku, what is the minimum quantity, and is it different with the flavors that are already exist and the ones that they want maybe customize it?
So the customers want no. So okay, I'll answer the first question. The first question is the minimum orders, and in order to export, started from 1,500 until above.
Okay.
And also it will reflect the pricing. Obviously, if you order in the lowest in the minimum amount of order, then the pricing will be different if you order 10,000. It's pretty simple as that. And also, when I mention 1,500, it doesn't mean that for example, buyer from India, they like oranda beef rendang. No, obviously not. So they a buyer from India, they opt to choose the chicken rendang, if that makes sense. Chicken rendang. It doesn't mean that the 1,500 volume that they ordered needs to be all chicken rendang. It could be a mixture of, okay, I want 100 chicken rendang, 100 chicken woku, for example. I want 300 of my chicken tikka masala. Chicken tikka, I want. It could be a mixture of products.
Oh, okay, I
Does
see.
that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
But the common issue is if they want to launch new product, then we have to do the there's a bit add on, because we have to do the we have to submit the new product to the Indonesian religious scholars, which takes what, like 3 weeks if the product is already. And if halal, because in export, all we need is halal certification, not the FBA, right? So if, it's not hard to obtain the halal certification. So it's, to answer your question, yes, and the minimum order is 1,500, and yes, we could adjust the menus accordingly.
Okay, so I'm also curious about the flavor, because maybe, as we know, a lot of tourists are actually very interested in trying a lot of Indonesian food. So what would you suggest as one of the best-selling flavor or menu that would be a very good market for people, maybe buyer out there who wanted to sell Indonesian flavor there?
So I would suggest, as of right now, our best-selling product turns out to be the Javanese gudeg. Gudeg is coconut. It's a bit weird. The English version of gudeg, Pak Budi, you could probably help me with this, because when I translate the food itself, it's a bit weird, so that's why we call it Javanese gudeg. Anyways, because if we Google it, it's gonna show what gudeg are made from. Our best-selling menu as for right now is gudeg, because but it's limited because as of right now the amount of FDA license that we have already obtained is limited to 5.
Okay.
So it's not flexible. So it's not. I could not. So based on numbers, I could say gudeg is our number one selling item. The number 2 is obviously the global menu in rendang.
And then,
But if I have to, if we, according to us as a company, the next process that is going to going to obtain the FDA license within weeks is rawon.
oh,
That is the one that we are trying to push because it's a very good it has a flavorful, fruitful taste. It's different, and it's also how do you say this? It's it's using a lot of spices that
spices.
we could not imagine. So I honestly believe that Indonesians who live abroad, which probably expats or students, are gonna be thrilled when they see our own rendang is already everywhere. I'm talking about gudeg. I'm talking about chicken, spicy chicken or chicken balado. I'm talking about rawon, and I'm also talking about the. We also have the infamous lontong cap gomeh, which we will release anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. This is a very good product for those who are homesick but studying abroad. Yeah, they would love that. By the way, Pak Budi is raising his hand. So maybe, Pak Budi, do you want to ask a question?
Yes, thank you. Pak Didi, before we just have a business forum with our embassy in Vientiane, in Laos. They are saying that there is a possibility of opening an Indonesian restaurant there in Vientiane, Laos. And my question is, are you open to possibilities of working together with the local people there to open an Indonesian restaurant? As already as you know also that Indonesia now launched the gastronomy foreign policy, diplomacy gastronomy. So it's a very good move from our government. And my question is again, are you willing to work together with locals in these countries? Yeah.
Of course, to answer your question, yes, because we already, as I've said before, Wong Solo is already have so in total 14 branches across the globe. 12 in that is in Malaysia, so it's spread across Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur we have 3, I think, and the rest there are 9, and also in Jeddah are 2. So we are very open, and also it will ease our process in terms of exporting, because if we dig deep inside through the we penetrate the market through through our restaurant, it will increase our chances in growing Makanku in its country itself. So we are open to any kinds of partnership, but it needs to. So what we're doing is it's not a franchise partnership, Pak Budi. So what we're doing is a Sharia-based partnership in Mudarabah. So basically, what our partners to do is that it's a profit sharing scheme in Sharia. And so we use Sharia-based partnership, and so profit sharing, and then the operation is going to be handled through us 100%. So it's we tried earlier, not we, but my boss tried, because back then I was in middle school. So my boss tried the franchise. My boss tried the franchise scheme early in 2000. I was in grade school actually. So yeah, my boss tried the franchise scheme in 2000, and it doesn't work very well because in a franchise, the franchisee tends to have because they're not uh, a player in the food industry, so they mix it up, blah 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 blah. The name of the restaurant is grilled chicken Wong Solo, right? Ayam bakar Wong Solo, which is the main item is chicken, and all of a sudden they sell bakso. So my boss we're faced with those kinds of difficulties.
Experience.
So yeah, so he evolved the no he renewed the all the agreements and change it into a Sharia based partnership, which allows the partner to invest and sit tight, and we'll do the rest. It's the if the partners are willing to do that. But initially in the early stage, we are always open to how do you say this, to adapt into the designated market, for example, from the Laos and the Vientiane market, yeah, Pak Budi, as you've mentioned before. We're gonna do some research, obviously, to ensure that the taste is besides Indonesian, the locals could actually enjoy the food from ours, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you, Mas Didi. Pak Budi, do you have any other question, or should we?
No, I think it's.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Abdul asked for the contact of the speakers.
Yes.
Obviously, we can share that, and also for the information, Makanku product is also available in business website. So if you want to check it out more into the details, you can also see the details on our website. And also, Mr. Abdul has a questions for you. Do you want to read it yourself, or should I read it, Mr. Abdul?
You can proceed by
Okay.
reading my question.
Okay. So, Mr. Abdul asked about what are the requirements from the company for establishing the restaurants overseas. What should we prepare for you? For example, the place, the license, or what are the requirements?
So despite our advantages and the excitement of our for us to export our product, one of our limitations that is obtained by the other participants, yeah, Pak Budi, but not for us, is that we do not have any exporting experience. So the main problem would be, no, the main areas that needs to be covered. It's probably the licensing, probably because in each country has different kinds of characteristics, and so we would like to be informed in terms of what we need to do locally. But we will conduct the research, obviously, to do the export activities. And as for the overseas buyers, all we need is how to get our product there, and what kind of which forwarder are you choosing to do no what kind of exporting activities that you propose. There are a lot of, right, like, so there are the direct, indirect, and also the cooperative export. What kind of exporting activities are you up to? And also we're basically open to any kinds of opportunities.
I think the question is related to my question before. Yeah, I'm also curious. For example, if I would like to open a restaurant in Hanoi, name Ayam Bakar Wong Solo, or Indonesian restaurant in any name, should I prepare the place, or maybe as you said earlier that you make all the study, and then you put some numbers that we should invest, or maybe we could work together in preparing the places and licensing.
Okay, so in terms of if we're talking about restaurants,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be a joint operation, sir.
Okay.
Joint operation in terms of places, and if you have place in mind, or you have your own place that we could rent, it would be great. And also, it's gonna be a joint operation where we're gonna both parties are gonna do their own research, a joint research that could lead us into a good business opportunity. In terms of licensing, of course, we need in Saudi Arabia, for example, we obtain our license with the help of SBTC, Said Bawazir Trading Corporation, which is also the trading corporation for Indo Food. So that's why we chose them. Obviously, because of the we need help in obtaining the license, which is incredibly hard in Saudi Arabia. So yes, licensing, we need some great partners because but in our previous partnership, yes, so our partners provide some ideas in terms of locations and the overview of the market itself, and then we came there. We came to each country or each city just to do some research, about the menus and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so it will be different from country to countries, yeah?
Yeah, obviously.
How about the situation and the license, and
Of
also
course.
you open also to all possibilities that maybe.
Yes, but
it need-
I could give you one interesting example. In Saudi Arabia, they actually ban our chicken product
Okay.
for some reason. So in Wong Solo in Jeddah, our parent company, the parent company of Halal Thayyibah Indonesia, the Wong Solo Group, is using the Brazilian chicken instead of Indonesian chicken in Wong Solo, Arab Saudi. Although the seasoning is the same, but the raw materials is totally different because because of its export limitations.
Oh, so you will cook the food there. It's not already made that prepared in Indonesia for all.
That's what we're trying to do.
Okay, that's good.
That's what we're trying to do. As I've presented before, our RTC is meant to accommodate and assist all the mainly all the branches that in Indonesia have domestically. So we have around 287, right? So we just want to do a one-time shipment with the whole chicken, boom, and then so we don't need to we don't need to we don't need to ensure its quality. Number one. Number two is that the problem that is common in the restaurant industry in particular is the human resource. So, for example, the purchasing division, today's price for chicken is 32,000, for example. The next day, it will. It turns out it increases into 33,000, and the purchasing division could actually they could create a narrative where the price of chicken is 35,000, something like that. So it reduces the possibility of human errors, and also in terms of in everything in the purchasing division and also in the kitchen itself, because if the tension were high inside the kitchen, the customers are when it's a peak time, consistency has always been the issue. Consistency of the food has always been the issue. So if we produce it massively in the factory, it's not gonna be an issue, because it's being conducted thoroughly, step by step, and also etc. etc. So in our way of thinking, it helps a lot because so the downside is you have to do a lot of big investments in the front, right?
Mhm.
But the upside or the positive side is that we could actually reduce the cost that has been missing along the way, because that was resulted especially in the human resource department.
But Didi, how do you deal with the consistency of taste issue? Do you prepare all the spices and everything in the head office and then send them in?
Yes.
Okay.
So our central kitchen is at Surakarta. So it's in for those of you who are not from Indonesia, it's from the central of Java. So it's placed there, Pak. In maybe sometime business team could visit our factory. So it's a central kitchen. It's not a it's a relatively okay in terms of size factory. So we process the whole thing is there. So the retorting process, we have 3 machines. So the I forgot to mention this. The production capacity for our product is 30,000 a day.
Okay.
Divided to 3 shifts. So each shift contains 8 hours. So if we push it into the limit to 3 shifts, then it would the output is 30,000 items, whether it's chicken or rice or everything else. And also yeah, so it's the central kitchen is there, Pak Budi. All the activities is conducted there. So but we haven't implement the central kitchen process so our main goal is to accommodate all of our branches, and then we could sell it into the modern trade market. But
Okay.
as of right now, because of the machines were not ready to accommodate 287 outlets, which in East Java, in Surabaya, Pak Budi specifically, the revenue, ya Pak. The revenue came to the in average is 1 billion per day, one and a half billion per day, Pak. So you could imagine the volume that we need to. So we're not ready for. But it's our main goal as for right now, to accommodate our restaurants, and then we could move forward to sell it retail. But we can do it simultaneously. Why not?
Okay. So if I would like to open an Indonesian restaurant in Rotterdam, for example, so I don't have to have a good chef there. I just need to
Yes.
order everything from you and then just mix it.
Yes, probably. That is exactly our point. You could actually hire me because I could not even hire. I could not even fry an egg, or I could not. I could not even cook an egg. So you could actually hire some random people that could do some fried thingy, and then it's done.
Okay, that's good.
So you don't basically you need a food expert. Obviously, you need one, right? Just to taste and just to make the plate looks better.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But other than that, you could just hire some random people. For example, some part-time students just to open and cook. But under a closed area, because the perception of people towards this kind of product is still this, there is a stereotype towards this product that ready meal products are not hygienic enough.
Okay.
If that makes sense, so this technology, as Amira and Atira mentioned before, yes, it's being used by the military. It's for the ransom MRE, but we shifted up into a retail product. That makes sense.
Okay, Pak. Thank you, Pak.
Mas Didi. Maybe Mr. Abdul, do you have any more questions, follow-up questions, or maybe another question that you wanted to ask Mas Didi?
Maybe you can introduce yourself, which country were you from, or and which company?
Yeah.
We have Mr. Abdul here.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, first.
maybe while we're waiting for Mr. Abdul or anybody else or wanted to ask more question, or Pak Budi, do you have more questions do you want to ask Mas Didi?
I think I have enough information. Later on, today we have also already some requirement inquiries from Hanoi, and later on we will also have business matching and business forum with the Barcelona. Most of them are already all welcome, yeah, with the sample and everything to introduce your product. Thank you, Pak. Thank you, Mbak Mira, Mbak Tira.
Thank
Okay.
you, Pak Budi, Bu Amira, Bu Tira.
So maybe if there's no more question for Mas Didi, obviously, if you have questions, maybe later on that pops into your mind, feel free to ask Mas Didi or to ask business about the question, and then we will follow it up to Mas Didi later on. And yeah, we will see a lot of opportunities in this product that Makanku has. So make sure to join in, maybe watching the rerun if you haven't watch it the real time today. So anyway, thank you, Mas Didi, for your presentation and for this very fun discussion about Makanku. I hope we can find the right opportunity for Makanku to export to other countries in the near time. Yeah, I think that's all. Mas Didi, do you have something to add for your closing statement?
I'm looking forward. Thank you, business, Pak Budi and the team has been it's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward for the end result. Hopefully, it works best for all of us. We're trying our best, but especially in August, right? Because we have a really packed schedule. Pak Dadang is once a day texting me about the schedules that are available. But I'm looking forward because this is very. It's thank you Pak Budi and Bu Amira, Bu Atira, Pak Dadang, Bu Tuti, Pak Rimawan for the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Didi.
Thank you, Pak.
Okay, I think that's all for today's sessions. We also will have a business forum later on today with ITPC Barcelona. If you want to join, you can join us later through our website, www.business.com. I think that's all. Thank you so much for today, for all the visitors and everyone who are joining us today in the Zoom. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Didi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pak.
Terima kasih Pak Budi. Terima kasih, Pak Amira.